Ofori Agyeman. Dodo no free ne mofra se ebesi nefre ne King Zuba, the mayor of Kumasi, chief executive of Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, and opay no edim komo. Openi yamuache.
Well, yanya.
Afisha panso.
Afikomati afisi na manya skabi na mama mkaka.
Yeah, skabi ni ama kaka. Ne kwanso ha. Se adwuma wo ye no, e o man sika na ade ye adwuma de obedidie. Ese se ye ne ye.
Ose mo ana mohweme.
Ai, ne kwanso ano.
Se mo jama, I say kia pia nkwa na hweme.
Kia pia nkwa. Ye beboa. Ye du besi. Ye di nkomo. Ebia ne me nsa suni. Obai me no edi nkomo. Ufi office and ufi fie bana traffic situation net saying.
Baby am fi bana na
yo. I see. Na ura bantuma kakra uhu bibia esese mprimprin ya ohwe na uyi free ho.
Yeah. Me buy medical try dwan ho akofa no cho. Every me bia nka na confidence also jala.
Confidence jala ho.
Abefa nurses quarter so. Every the ababa BP afasifa bwacho na midaba BP na wo St Anthony Roma so dan no na na bida ho ekwan mu no na bida ho o se ye ho bibi.
Okay.
Na ma na ebedi bonya no me san be yi omu efi kwan no ma san ba jo se me san ba
ese se wo san eba waka mne ya se minim se hwa edwanu animu ho na on the main stretch ho na wo kan samna na e wo ho no uyi free ho a ebeboa yen but ye ka dwa asem no minim se enema bebre na wo de asi wani so krofum dwa no one of them besia no pay there na obetimi ne aka efa krofum dwa no.
Okay, so krofum dwa at 10 o'clock this morning any consultant no meeting. I'm sure we will start brisk work in March. Active work.
Okay. Krofum dwa. Okay. Now ye kan dwa no asem no I think last week na watching ko na wie no ye hu say ye inaugurate KJT board no.
Yeah, board.
What does it mean? Because ye say manager na no ho no ye ma no ekofie and there was an interim management. And currently no with the board no what happens?
Okay. So board no ebe atranse and we have decided to reconstitute an interim management team for a period of 3 months.
Okay.
So we will reconstitute the interim management so that the interim management team will be under the mandate of the board.
Okay.
Previously, the interim management committee was not constituted by the board. So now that the board is in place, we will reconstitute the interim management committee. And then the board is looking into the activities of the current MD, who was asked to step aside. He's not dismissed. He's still the MD, but not functioning as the MD. It's the board, share ne jumedi anymore, and then share circumstances what they will feel, and then we can take a firm decision on him. Once we take a firm decision on him, and then the day-to-day management of KCML will be properly structured. Again, there are a few positions I have vacant. Within the 3 months period now, board no newly reconstituted IMC in a year, Agyeman will advertise vacant positions for interested Ghanaians to apply. They would go through the process that any limited liability company goes to select staff, and would ensure that competent hands will be selected to steer the affairs of KCML.
Right. The last time I went in Central for a Dean Komono, okay, the number of projects are here, they're part of creative art, they're a Boamo Frano, I mean, on talent. In one of your conversations, what raising concerns about sa projector na the New Patriotic Party and who Agyeman. No, what was your position? And
it is not what was your position. It is still my position.
I see.
It's not something that I'm running away from. I feel personally, with my understanding of creative arts and the intellectual component of creative arts, whoever thought about that thing does not know creative arts. Yeah. What is creative arts? Creative arts have 4 legs. Visual arts. Performing arts. Literature. And film. Creative arts. Do you see on name woman? Now take creative arts as it. No, this is our legs way. And you know creative arts no on Babonte. So these are the 4 legs of creative arts. Now all the legs, you will school lecture, all the 4 legs. What JSS? They just 1 for only 2 for every classes. How many say I almost say award our people. Yeah, one of them question Stone Boy name what they all classics. It won't textbooks no. I've seen it. I have children. Go school. Me who class so 5 was a class 6 textbook. I almost about Stone Boy and Shatawale.
Award our people.
Award our people. And then when you go to GSS, that's a course called Creative Arts. And maybe need JHS. Okay, so who secondary school? Ko Bantama Ezi Haya. Your visual arts. SS. Asantima the Okom visual art block new one, Mianam Kubiam. Now share work painting, mosaic. Ne Agyeman kwa na ye your art center be an exhibition. That school will be rich. Kuma ye be light in our womb Asantima own. That's creative art. Visual art is creative art. School be no Ghana how much yamuni visual arts department. SSA.
Say, no, dear.
Ena schools do do say na. Omunye literature. Ghana. Our secondary school.
A lot of the schools are doing literature.
So if creative art legs in here, visual arts, performing arts, film and literature. Near your create visual arts department, secondary schools, near literature. Why create another secondary school specifically for creative arts? Curriculum away. You see, I'm a young woman.
But this was not just an individual project. We a central government.
I know na me kase amemu. Oh, and me say Canada Japan degree me go su Bobby. QBE no.
QBE
qualified by experience. Me go su boss had again because I'm just had again no yeah.
Sir.
So be a yes in PhD. Because they are making say creative arts, visual arts, literature, performing arts, and a form. Near literature. Near visual arts department, secondary school be there. Why must anybody argue? So there is even a need for a secondary school specifically dedicated for creative arts. Who could try there?
Well, say the Omo Kano at the university level, say KNUST, specific science, technology.
And I'm in creative.
Other areas.
I'm in creative art of your KNUST. Just culture. Painting. College of Art, creative art school.
And say Santia say almost dedicated no for creative art. Creative art.
Curriculum be the creative art organa.
Say a one addition on Bayo.
Nanyan the year was or the year was secondary school that day. Yanche literature was secondary school dada. Ye visual arts department or secondary school dada.
And so because
during the
there was no need for me.
During the old levels, my classmate my says moving Obrafo. I sat in the same classroom with him. Yeah, music. Music, you're gonna say Daniel Lamposa and Toa, Unim Doctor Daniel Lamposa. Jacunumo. See, you're gonna say Daniel Lamposa and Toa, Eddie Amina 20. Because the new idea no try at the 3 notes, 3 man, a bit me. But no Obrafo Tim Chana into a way musician, I was not surprised. Yes, you know that. Meaning, Ugo O levels, they are so they make music.
Music.
Literature.
As part of the 18 subjects.
Yeah, near for up to Form 3. Oko Form 4. No one know the Abba 7 to 9.
Yes.
No one goes there.
That's right.
What I say. I mean, if you are the O levels, me I did literature. That's where you learn. That's where you learn your figures of speech.
Right.
You learn about poetry and all those things. And poetry is an important element of rap music. And you learn that from literature. So that influences performing art.
Anyway.
What baby? The young ones who are arguing now, there's something that we do. Me call secondary school the geography that I was taught in 1989. I remember some. Latitude and longitude, international deadline, I remember them. But next way, I exams we are. I remember Amanda, so being women organizer for NDC. No more program be or they covered the brain. They made for but they were writing exams online. There was a particular question. That question is a question in political setting in administration. To me, a question, then I provided the answer for them to write. Me pay for one. Now, Amanda, it's better if I'm confused. Means I'm maybe on second question. So I asked them, more school now. Actually, my dear na more trouble exams in this semester. No, me maybe school that make high. What was no That is the problem with inquire now about. They learn for the purposes of exams. They don't learn with the intention of acquiring knowledge. Indeed, I listen to a lot of arguments on on a lot of media platforms, but I overlook it. But because I see them, they are young minds and they don't understand what I am driving at. They think mere politics because a government in the previous regime so they feel I'm attacking it, but media no say I have started attacking that project from the very first day that for me it is not what we needed. And it didn't matter by campaign movie for no be and more under one leg of the creative art industry, film and television and what I say. Inti ase ombediachi yanye bibia ma omo inti in the quest yen satisfies ye bibia ma omo in this idea by ad hoc approach. That is not what they need. Yen copyright laws enforcement enye papa. I'll give you an example. Anyway, Marco media we say erade aboami unimniwa.
It's an old tune.
Obakasa Sapo Makeba.
No, it cannot be.
On Sapo Makeba. Nana yao. Asari. There's any other than you.
Of course,
Sapo Makeba also by Yomodia. John Mensa Sapon Productions.
John Mensa Productions.
And they had the right owner. Yeah, I was John Mensa. So we heard that it would be a show.
Wow.
And they had the right owner of art working, and he paid them to perform it. What I say, but I'm sure in terms of monetary value, Omo moto ye ne be gain ase ono na where the right owner or investing in sika no because the back of us up on Mike Abraham amana ko perform o baby no what ye tua ne ka anana na ya asare no ma ye tua ma ko akokam ka. You know where your men's are supposed to make money from? Copyright. Copyright. Which radio station in Ghana they all logbook they record log enyuma yebo?
I doubt that.
So you see, the creative art industry has a problem in Ghana. Let's address it properly. MC Hammer won you 2 albums. Obedi di hu sa akopinta mo bi wo ne ba wa bi di hu akopinta wo. The number do free when you never can say. Yes, look at the image of Nana Pedu in the creative art space. He is supposed to be a billionaire. But what's the position of our copyright law and enforcement and all those things, so that people who work in the creative art space can earn rightfully income? I will say one more. That is where we should go. Omo apply trade. As for the schools, we have them many. University School of School of Music or School of Performing Arts. There's National Film and Television Institute. Anybody that wants to learn about television, movie, and film production, that's NAFTI. We have the schools already. College of Art or Tech. Anybody who is interested in sculpture. What I say? Those who are interested in literature, literature. Those who are interested in performing art, dance, Ghana Dance Ensemble, School of Performing Arts, they are there. Academy of Screen Arts. We have the schools in Ghana. But what is lacking is how to convert talent back with intellect into money for the players.
All right. And so, Anope the mayor of Kumasi. The other side, he's been in the media space for a long while, from advertising, marketing, sales, into broadcast.
My music producer.
It's that side of the conversation, and I know Eddie, But one of the projects are Okan Hwasem, ensuring that we green Kumasi. So far, greening of Kumasi at the same.
Okay. Project be along the ridge area no. And one project so regional minister and also one of his baby projects, and he's working on that one. And he made sure say if we have a lot more people coming to support us like the way KAAKYIRE support here, we'll be able to extend it to other areas.
Now, cleanup exercises. I've realized that every month there's a cleanup exercise.
Saturday there's a cleanup exercise. This Saturday. Yeah, because of the Independence Day celebration. Next week, Friday. Now, at the Saturday, I'll say, Mofano, Ejo, my home, the Honorable Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Makon, and our directors, all assemblies in the Ashanti region, clean up exercise this Saturday. So this Saturday,
clean up exercise. Is there a budget to it?
Yeah, we create budget for it because we have an allocation for sanitation within the common fund. Releases in our banner. So.
General sanitation yet is saying, and pay one was saying at the Nkraba, say, you miss out sanitation who are some. The general in sanitation within the metropolis at the same.
In the last 2 weeks, I've seen a marked improvement. I was not satisfied with sanitation output the whole of 2025. Level and when that is not the level at which I wanted to perform. And my sister approach, this year, and for the last 2 weeks, it's been good. Says yeah, make us say, I'm sure more around KTN say, but the others said, yeah, you see tracks picking up waste, making sure. So maybe in some. And some of my before, and I went round cultural center to Conference was clean. Everything children's hospital runabout and also Echo Car in Broom na yambe pie. But hello from area what's clean. Until I called the supervisor, Kingsley said, I showed him the areas that is being worked on and which area is not being worked on. But they have to be on the street cleaning till 10 a.m. Until I'm sure by 10, everything will be taken off.
I see. I think the first interview you talked about having improved one eprano. When you improve in terms of market.
Yeah.
Now, again, you mentioned that you are moving from Ahomachendiano to during the day.
Yeah.
They say that is
what, and that is getting us a good result.
Okay.
Because what was creating a problem for us is because the answer virtually everybody is trading in the median and on pavements. In the Obahomachina, Omo boxes na opra na dwa homate 3 omba petit 7 mana embo 6 7 now the whole area isolated na the year na adwono it's made nonsense of it until this time when you started anopa 5 na pra akoka 10 the if na mo year no atete na homate no any the year the previous year no ya clear the nyade ko.
I see. For omo ye corporate say ira no nkofo na eye any I ho adwuma oma too regu ni ade no enhyehyeye meaning say there are always bylaws but enforcing it
I wish I have my own way but I have to work within the context of the law. Fee fixing no sibia also bia why hawking bia etua and so their fee fixing affecting I think that's about 2 cities a day also and their fee fixing affecting no I can't do anything about it. Minya could be to say could be ton could be as I come gen 50 cities a day because could be for no compactors and intimate fair run. So now because of Kube for compactors and intimate fair run, me Junior was a mechanical to Abubuya. Now assessor could be wasting qua because if ever say cars now, yeah, they assessor and run and also by my cause bad Sanomuja. In the major come fast, so I been Abubuya and then you go employ somebody or by Fabuya don't quite know and I'm sat could be for run just so a prolonged cars, lifespan because the guy wants them more assembly or identity. I ran my car now and check if I'm 10 to 15 years. How to procure new vehicles of that quality, a better assembly. So thinking long term, we have to make sure say you're prolonging the lifespan of the vehicles and near my we have to devise means to take them off. And one of them is to get a 3 or 4. A better could be how much do they pay?
But to talk about Abubuya, any operations, then at a point, na yema central business district.
Pragafon.
Pragafon.
No more soda. No more demonstration. The Ufa kakre ufa Dr. Commentary without kakre it would we bedroom. I
see. For those around Dr. Mensa area, what do we do?
Pagano.
Okay. Now there's another concern. You feet Obayoka say Bantima Juma for Asayaba. Is there a real occurrence? The Biasana Bay, and at a point,
I think if the media supports it, I bet to be a young. But question be no bizarre and encouraging of what crime. That question. And then my baby uncle for say, media and Kebima warm into Yambra, ba, media and babies I say. Yeduamuque. I know Casimon who is at your own episode, the baby of the call. As will be some of the queen. But I say, when it besides our question, and I say, you are being inhumane towards your own citizens. But baby, it poses great danger to themselves. And no man knows your responsibility to protect our citizens. The person may not know, say, maybe I want to way in the journal, but who are working so the whole responsibility, who won't say, maybe I want to in the journal. And the only way you can do that is to first and foremost take the person away from the danger zone. No, on their life and on the property, and you're protected. But we Ghana for also, born over by Netribia. Now, we are papa, and no Dani, but I'm a cat union was committee of Bush if na me can say be no say omba you na me say Kumasi for kwadi matter man because we be kwa na muka kaya it is me say na atemdie no ma say me da am jesi ti I so come in mind we'll do what we have to do.
Okay, Yanko, back to the Top Martin stretch to Santase runabout. Omo anamu yi omo no ye hu se mo yi nkofo but omo ton cars no what's the situation? Mama omo grace period bi ana se esese ni nyina free ho.
Osom sha se free ho. Osom sha se free ho because construction has started. Oh, ntobu ana so yi nani. Nti in the next week or two, right side a whole runabout no kwa Santase runabout the dua wonya ibebunu nti ya catch for no be sha se aba be catch garage for no ze before car ni si e twadua no se dua no time no so e twa now car ni so and one appeal because here man won't stop it Kumasi development. Not one person will come in between Kumasi's development and our desires.
I see. Which is very soon.
Yeah, within the next 2 weeks. I'll say, we are on the all right side now. See, you use a containers of one you.
Yes.
Okay, Santas one, but you need big boss of one you.
Yes.
Hey, Sunday, I can't say, be you, a month for Facebook, or not for be much trouble. There be or can't be a no, there be a assessor deadline. I see all those comments. Wow. I know Caso Bedad or Baba Day on yet. I could control Facebook said, give you to it. I could have read was attached about the dinner meeting. Because we gave you to it. Korea or South let me see. Okay, what's up in the corner?
I see.
But yeah, go see, yeah.
Now, Dakujum. Is there, because I'm aware that compensations were paid any idea. You are
aware that compensations were paid to Dakujum for the construction of the wood.
Yes.
And why the compensation so be too?
Namuni omo di home komo.
Na mpatana the compensation is what the other.
Say to say the all kind, there are always engagements in Tibia. Omutia compensations about 10 years or so ago nti amanfo fiso hwiansi.
And what the compensation? TS2. Sika e de ma omu akosi ese be before got no what dey we. Nti na na otimi nya ya ban dia.
Are you ready for the backlash I bebem to say the wow can you find the media coming back to raise the
what the compensation? Backlash anything. KOJO backlash in the idea cha Kenya few. Yeah, my backlash yeah.
I see.
You see, in my way of thinking, I mean, I know maybe it runs through my mind. Yesu, oh, to me, we are singing a media. Obeti my no man na ye ne. So one year. Ne ye ni na ekutie bi. Miti muskasa kasbe akampe. Muskasa despite akampe. Yesu ya so no ye. Ano nye ni sa maame. Baby amiti so obi nya ya. Kwa Yesu ya. Yami ya ne ye. Ade no nye maame. Na twenze oye ni bibia woni mmerem. Pati ase. Ndi so nyame na tumi ye na ade nyina o tumi nyina ye ne dia no oye bibia woni mrem na duru so anu ya me nipa dasani saa wasa obo me se so do some so be bibia woni mrem eduru so anu ma ye. You can't satisfy everybody because God has not satisfied anybody all creations. What you say enko for mo wa so dem saa bre pa mo pa wo ti say kohwe ma ma ko cancel mo pa wo nyame betimi aye nso wonye unsatisfied man e pa wo ni nyina bi da so. Inti mini pa desen me da satisfy ni pa nyina. Inti once I take a decision na me nim say wo me mu no kwai mu nyamimu ade a me ye to the best of my knowledge the me ye na ye ade papa me feel say me ya ebeboa dodo no na me wo makoma mu pa say the me think say papa ni and na me ye na kojo de aka bia nyamasa.
All right. And okay, I'll try and get you 5 calls. Since that mayor Ewukuma Sina or Fache television, so no, Mama Wakwenya now only mayor Dinkomo or Asemba Kumi no Bisano, no Odinchirimu Amao.
Last question be.
What question?
What the penny sampan baha.
Sampan, okay.
No, I say,
or your predecessor.
No, I say, one na secure funding no for Santasi runabout.
Santasi runabout to talk
about Unya Sang. Let's kind of yes saying. Or sign the bank, or sign the parliament, now or sign the KMA, a home sicasam non crata away.
So now, open
so there were or Chebrov.
Yes.
Or Chebrov,
yes.
A buffet teacher.
Yes.
The word secure. A definite.
Ofan is no boa.
Mean castle boy, meaning so back, my castle boy, name mum. Meaning baby or secure as a sicano.
Oh, okay.
And I mean him baby a da. And there be a was secure that the baby na me uni. To a tray and a cofaba. Because I say, over somebody as I saw somebody as a cuckoo phone. Was it a minute be a cuckoo? That's an indoor was media. Job was the answer, not be a cuckoo and my bed at was a media. What I say? It cannot be a cuckoo situation.
Into the project, everything is from your
end. Say, on a secure Sicano. Was secure saying. On the train. I will not come and sit here, say, project any be beer from your because I'm in your no for. The Outer Ring Road project started way before Akufo-Addo became president. The original idea was from President Akufo. And when I make creative, quite far, I got just show be Pierre's quack.
Rojo Metal, no, engagement. That is soccer buying.
Good.
Wood Village, no soccer buying.
Enemy, yes, idea. And it's not complete. And subsequent government have made attempts at completing it. So the concept is not our concept, it's not mine, it's not some pints. And the effort to look for funding did not begin with him. And he has played a role within it, but he didn't secure anything.
He didn't secure anything.
But even me, as we speak, we have done a lot of things that are precondition for us securing the funding. So what we have started is the government of Ghana component.
Okay. Until the secure support na ebe bano and
so these are the preconditions that one Ghana government yet up to this level. We could do this level. Ghana government has a compensation for these affected victims. Ghana government has a baby locating for a war along the stretch. What I say, and when we are done, what I say, we have signed an agreement for the project, and I don't know minister to force it, and the government Kwame Agboja and signed in 2025 after President Mahama had gone to Japan and held discussions that was compelling for these things to take place. And so we are likely to secure the funding in April of this year.
I see.
So that the project will then continue from the Agyeman about stretch May, June, thereabout.
You made a promise at our last encounter in relation to Santasi Runabout, to Bekwai Runabout. You who say contractors no abaso.
Almost. Government has released about 30 million cedis for them in a matter of 3 months. You have some baby a dual carriage. You have in a matter of 3 months, maybe 1 lane, so that your team use. So it's one area. A kwano here pay. On your emergency healthcare needs, say back from the central, western, and then from the Adansi and Mansi areas to Kofonachi, and that is the road they use. Yeah, this year, so it's Kokobin, Santas, so being hold to said no Kofonachi, that is where they use. And when you prolong emergency health services, we endanger lives. It is important that we do that stretch so that the distance between this area and Kofonachi will be shortened, so that Obinya, I heard Primpia. So it's an emergency. It's an emergency.
End of April, no more.
No, from when they started, it won't be end of April. It should be second week June.
Second week of June.
Yeah.
3 months?
Yeah, 3 months.
I see. Now, I'll activate the phone lines normally at the Nkomo. But last week, Mokwa Assembly meeting trying to get a presiding member 10 days time. I think Monjimia Masha.
Yeah, 2 million amfa. The Ebeko Thursday, and me assure Zebefa.
I wish I for ready, enemy your name 0